fire station, that's like sand there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are they having issues with it, working with that sandy?
Well, David touches base with their GC every week, and last week he was real pleased. They're farther ahead than I thought they would be.
Yeah.
But, you gotta sand something else in it.
Yeah, they took that topsoil off and stacked up there behind my house there, and then they're digging these holes, and I'm like, man, it's just all sand. I'm like, man, that's gonna be a pain to try to, you're gonna be building that basement there and having those foundation support.
You almost have to dig deeper than repack with filter.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
I'm gonna water the tar out of it. I mean, it's crazy much water they're putting on there.
Yeah.
I see that water truck filling up the hydrant all day long. But, it'll be interesting.
How does water in the fire department work? As far as
Well, the general water that they use for fire suppression is free, they just get it. But like this water, they're paying for the contractor, because it's for construction.
I mean, a hydrant is not metered.
No.
Actually, right? So
No,
there's no way to know how much they take.
we have a meter specifically for the hydrant that we put on, so that it meters the water coming out of the hydrant. It's an attachment to it.
One to fill the water truck.
Right.
When the energy part built out, they did the same thing.
Okay.
How you doing, Nick?
Good, how are you guys?
Sorry for pushing your youth meeting back.
That was my fault. It's my
Yeah, I'm
fault.
like, hey, got that call, I instantly text Troy, like, hey, wait a second.
This would be 10 minutes.
Mary got
10
out.
minutes.
That's what we probably got pushed back to 6:30.
Alright, you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Okay. I call to order the meeting, the special meeting of Tuesday, March 26, 2019 at 6 p.m. Can I have a moment of silence for all those serving inside and outside our borders, please? Alright, will you join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alright, can we roll call please, Mary?
Mayor Adrian Sandoval.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Larry Clark.
Here.
Harold Leggett.
Here.
Nick Ralston.
Here.
Spencer Bradnan.
Here.
Troy Blum.
Here.
Hope Morris.
She will be here in just a second. Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Audience participation. Curtis? No? Okay. We'll move on to action items. Resolution 2019-23, a resolution of the Board of Trustees of the Town of Platteville approving an application for an energy and mineral impact assistance program grant for a wastewater utility pilot study. Mr. Lincoln.
Thank you. Well, first, thanks for coming out on the special meeting night. As we recall, last Tuesday, Max was here, Max Gangstead from Grossman Technology. And Friday morning, David and I had a conference call with him and Martin, the fellow in Iowa, about the specifics, the breakdowns. What you have on your tables, just a summary. That $400,000 RAP unit for the pilot study did knock a little bit off, but during the conversation, they said they just don't have capital to carry the project. But they understand, it leads to some bigger things within Colorado. They'll still buy back 75% if the pilot study doesn't work, and do a 15% discount on the full system. If it gets approved, we build the system. So essentially, it takes 8 RAP systems. So the pilot study would essentially become quote unquote free minus the engineering work. Platteville responsibilities about $163,000 for greenhouse foundation and utilities. Gross wind, they'll be about $27,000-$30,000 for funds plumbing, grit tanks, flow meter, and then the testing is estimated about another 25,000. And, talked to David, there won't be a lot of engineering involved. This will be a pilot study, so it won't, involve, probably maybe 25,000. So this alone is 553,000, so the grant would be for 600,000, like we talked about last week. In contact with Shane White with JBA. They don't have the draft done yet for me to show the board, so I'm asking you to trust me. That is a dole application. I talked to Don Sandoval. He thought it was something worthwhile to present to DOLA. I know several months ago when Don was here in this room, we were having our pre-application meeting with CDPHE. He was really enthusiastic about an alternative solution for Colorado because all the small towns that have these sewer lagoon systems. So the deadline is April 1, April Fool's Day, for the dole application. I want to have it submitted by Friday, so it gives me a full day to clean up any questions that they have. Shane White, as I mentioned, from JVA, is doing most of the terminology submittal. I started it, I completed some of the information on the town, and then what he does, I will wrap up Thursday and Friday before I submit it. So I'm asking you to authorize me to submit the application through this resolution that was sent to you by Mary. Again, we don't have Exhibit A, but it's no different than that grant I submitted for the Ready Grant program. It's the same system, same application, just a different topic. And this will be a maximum of 200,000. So hopefully we get a third of this project paid for. It's a 50-50 match. Thought briefly about a tier 2, which would be $1 million match. But essentially we'd only get 300,000 out of that, because only pays 50-50. And like I was telling David, I don't want that committee seeing me twice in 1 year for wastewater. I want to go for the bigger one. Probably be in 2020 or 2021 when we do that. So we would use reserve funds, not really budgeted for this, but we would use reserve funds to pay for this project.
There have to be a budget amendment somewhere.
At the end of the year, about this time next year, we typically do budget amendments, but just in the last month, the revenues are going up, obviously, because of the increased fees. So time will tell. We'll just have to take a look. I mean, we did budget money this year to do about 450,000 to go after a grant for D&E. So technically, we may not be over budget because we'll just use those funds for this project and then do design engineering in 2020.
I see, especially if we get the extension.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, but pretty straightforward, pretty quick. I just want to get this into DOLA, so hopefully we get some funds from Mineral Energy Impact Funds, some severance tax, and I'm optimistic that this is an important enough project that. Another thing about the tier 1 is it's an administrative grant process. Mr. Sandoval, regional managers, they review these, it doesn't go to committee. Neither here or there, but it's a simpler process and it's quicker. So, but I'm open to any questions you may have, and I apologize, that was pretty quick.
Well, say the worst, I have a question. The worst case scenario, the pilot study doesn't go well, we don't get approved, what money are we out?
We would get, of the 390, we'd get 75% of that back from gross wind. We would be out the 167,000 that we put in. Not all of it, but most of it, because if gross wind doesn't go in, we won't use that type of system. We'll have to do the SPR. So like David said, the headworks and the electrical and the foundation concrete, that would be different. So we're looking at potentially being out a couple $100,000 if this doesn't get approved. To me, on a $5-6 million project, I think it's worth the risk.
Well, and what we stand to gain if it does.
What we could gain is long-term cost savings from M&R.
On the pilot equipment, is it going to be where once if it gets approved and everything goes, being optimistic and that we get approved, and will they be able to use that system that is part of the pilot program in the final system?
The one wrap system for the pilot, the 390, that it'll remain, and there'll be 7 more added to it.
Okay.
And it'll be located in the empty cell of the sewer lagoon. But like I said, some of the on the final engineering, say it gets approved, where they flow from the lagoon into the pilot system, they be modified. They'll have to build some concrete bases, we're trying to do some plastic tubs in the pilot system, because it doesn't make sense to spend that kind of money. So there's, even if it gets approved, there's gonna be some throwaway. There will be honest with you, it's probably all throwaway. I just don't know exactly how much that will be.
That's more than offset by the, if the pilot's approved, we go with the system. That money that you, as you refer to it as throwaway, would be more than offset by operational expenses.
I think there's a long-term investment.
Right.
Like 2 years of operational expenses for the SBR base for all we're talking about.
Correct.
As far as I math,
Oh, you're
I
fine.
see, right, you guys agree?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Can we get them to sell us the other 7 at the $3.90? Troy?
We talked about the biggest discount, what they'll do is they'll just give us the 15% off the total purchase price. So
Of the 300, facing them at 390.
we're hoping, but I don't see that happening. The other ones are still far.
It's worth a shot, right?
It's worth a shot.
This all sounds good to me, I think, right? And what was the result, if you could give us like an overview of what that meeting that David, Max, and JVA had on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, I wasn't part of that, but it was with the state, with CDPHE.
Yes.
And, David offline, we go say this first, offline, he was talking to Mr. Kurz, I believe is our contact with CDPHE. And he told David that he was the most optimistic about this than he'd seen any other alternative technology. David indicated, that he was telling the mayor, yesterday in staff meeting that some of the other engineers from JVA down there, they were overly excited about what this potentially could do, because it could, at least in Iowa, it can meet the phosphorus and the nitrate thresholds. Nitrates are first issue now, phosphorus will be in a few years. And the savings for electricity and utilities alone would be huge. They're gonna probably start with a Class B operator, which we're gonna have to pay for. But after the first year, based upon the study, we may be able to get a Class D, if not a C, and David's a C. So that could be another 80,000, 90,000 a year we could save on it. Because we won't have to contract that out.
Versus the SBR, because we'd have to have a Class B.
SBR is Class B across the board.
Right.
And nobody on our staff, even David, would probably get that in the near future. It'd be contracted out.
Was there any more talk about the extensions of either the permit or the financial side of it?
Basically, if this was, the pilot gets approved, everything is gone home. Don Sandoval and the pre-qual people with SRF and the state, we just wait till the pilot was completed before we pursue anything else. The permit with the pilot would be a 1-year extension to allow the pilot to happen. Then we pick up our timeline where we left off. So basically, we're extending it another year to 2023 if the pilot study gets completed, if it gets approved, which I think it will, just from my gut feeling.
It'll get approved.
I hope it'll get approved.
What if it doesn't get approved? We go back to the old timeline?
We're on compliance schedule, and this is the short window. So that's why by July, we have to have a definitive, which, the way it works is we submit, the town submits the grant for the pilot study. Gross Wind submits the pilot study permit request through CDPHE. And, even if we get the grant before the pilot study's been approved, we don't have to accept it technically. We can turn it down, but, the way it works is we think the timeline will be about the same, it'll be about July timeframe. Because the application is April 1 for DOLA, the awards are announced in July according to the website. I think we may get a pilot approved back from CDPHE for the grants award. I think it'd be May or June, because they have so much information already.
Right.
So,
Right, I think I may be speaking out of turn, but it seems like a pilot is a done deal, because they were so close to just approving it as a, go ahead and build it, right? And they had to take a step back and say, okay, let's do a pilot instead, right?
well,
That sounded at least.
it kind of sounded that way, but when Dave Kerr talked to his permitting people, or the permitting people, they don't move that fast. Dave even talked to them about, well, can we just use a pilot study being done in Iowa, because that's where these numbers come from. They just started a pilot study, or not a pilot study, but a small system in Iowa that's bringing in those testing requirements. And David Kerr said, no, we need a Colorado pilot study. So this has to happen. And we found out that Boulder is in negotiation with them too, to do the system up in the city of Boulder.
But it's different.
Which is different, but, word's getting out quite a bit about this company. So, and I'm impressed with them because like the other ones that Dave and I talked to, these alternative, the one we talked to last year, they're not willing to financially move forward and do this process. Where Gross Wind surprised me, they're willing to pony up and fly out here, drive out here, and go through all the steps and process. So that's impressive to me.
They have faith in their system.
Well, they know they have a big market out here too. So that's all I have, short and sweet. Hope, I know you came in, but do you have any questions? I kind of summarized this real fast.
Yeah,
before.
no, I looked at it
Okay.
this weekend.
And I don't have a grant to look at, so you have to trust me on that one.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments, concerns? All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion, resolution 2019-23, resolution of the Board of Trustees of Town of Platteville approving the application for an energy mineral impact assistance program grant for wastewater utility credit study.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call, please, Mary.
Harold Leggett,
Aye.
Nick Ralston,
Aye.
Spencer Bradnan,
Aye.
Troy Blum,
Aye.
Hope Morris,
Yes.
Larry Clark.
Aye.
Oh,
Yeah.
I skipped you.
Sorry.
All right.
Didn't put any in it.
Those couldn't pass anyhow.
Anything else before the board for a special meeting? I had given you guys a letter, I put it at your desk, that I got from, not a citizen, but someone who was just outside of town, they were farm. So, just FYI. All right, anything else? Okay. We are adjourned. Thank you, guys.
Nick, good job.
Yeah.
There's trouble.